Welcome to this episode of The Rush. I'm Hannah Duncan.
And I'm Michael Hardwick. This week we bring you boys basketball action in this Non-City CS8 Tournament, hockey against SHG in Bloomington, girls basketball against Springfield and Eisenhower, wrestling results, and boys swimming. Now let's go ahead and get the show underway.
The Titans basketball team was in the middle of the Non-City CS8 tourney last week. After a 2-point loss to Decatur MacArthur earlier in the week, they looked to rebound as they took on the Eisenhower Panthers on Friday night. Extra motivation after that heartbreaking loss. They would try to come in with as much energy as you see there, and Ethan Hunt really leading the way for the Titans, right, Michael?
Bon Jarrett is able to sneak in the first shot of the game as the Panthers were off to a solid start.
Then Ethan Hunt showing his power as he would come all the way in for a bucket to counter. Early in the game, it was really back and forth between Hunt and Eisenhower's Stephon Jarrett. Jarrett drilled a three-pointer as he was off to a hot start to drive Eisenhower in this game. That put the Panthers up 7-4 in this close one early.
And then Hunt would go in and toss up another pair of points with the lay-in as he continues showing his power early in the game.
Hunt again will try for a three this time. It'll bounce out, but Glenwood able to use their defense to get the rebound. He wants a second chance, he gets one. He wouldn't miss twice in a row as he sinks that one. Just on fire early in this game as we're all knotted up at 12 points apiece. Parker Allen will put up a shot too as the Titans finish the first quarter leading 17-12.
And in the second quarter, the Titans showing off their slick passing skills with Allen to Matt Ballman to Joel Alexander, who puts it in for 2 points.
Matt Ballman next will drive the baseline. He will take the hard contact and finishes with the basket as it's 21-14 now. Glenwood kind of pulling away, but Eisenhower has some smooth moves too as they'll respond to Jarrett to Chaz Forrest to bring them within 3. The Panthers really put up a good fight in this one and kept the game close throughout pretty much the whole game.
And then Allen again as the Titans led 25-20 at the half, still anybody's game with 1 half to play. And then it's in the third quarter, it's Alexander passing it to Allen, who waits it out and lays up the shot.
Still anyone's game though, close from both sides. Eisenhower will come back and fire. Emmett Hale will get a 3, and Glenwood's lead is cut to 33-31 after 3 quarters. Really close, and really anything could happen in this game. As we move on to the fourth quarter, only a 2-point game. Hunt will increase Glenwood's lead as he drives in with the finger roll, and then Parker Allen will pass it out to Hunt. Again, really showing off his strength in this game. He drains a triple wide open. Titans lead is back up to 7 at this point.
Then later in the quarter, Joel Alexander passes to Carson A. Heron, who is able to take it all the way up the court by himself to get the easy layup to put the Titans up by 2 more.
Carson's been another younger player really stepping up, and another non-senior of this team, Parker Allen, adds 2 with a big shot of his own. Great moves in the post by him. Eisenhower still not out of this yet, though, as another deep 3 from Hale keeps them alive. 47-44 game now with under 12 seconds left, but Glenwood is able to hold on in the final seconds as they would get some key free throws at the end of the game, and they win with a final score of 51-46. Parker Allen finishes with 16 points and Hunt finishes with 13. Titans have had a lot of close games, but they've been able to come out on top in most of them. The basketball highlights today are brought to you by Wheel Fast Bicycle Company in Chatham. Now time for some post-game interviews.
Yeah, at halftime they had a few offensive rebounds. We knew we had to box out because if we didn't, they'd get putbacks and get easy baskets. But we boxed out a little better in the second half and played good defense, and we got our win.
We came into Eisenhower last year, and it's the same type of game tonight. I mean, we just got to come out and do things right. You know, the MacArthur game was a tough one to take, but we bounced back tonight, and I was happy to get a win, get out of here. We just, the first half, we still in the second half didn't rebound like we needed to, and we really talk about one shot and out. We didn't do that very well tonight, but I thought they were late in the game. I thought we did a nice job. Well, they were shooting the threes, and they buried the, 3 in a row there. It's like we got to get out on them, and we hit free throws to kind of stretch it, but at the same time, you got to defend on the other end. We didn't do that a very good job of that. This week's a long week. The kids are you're just going to have to grind it out tomorrow, and it's the last game of the tournament, so come out and do our best tomorrow.
Oh, we had to bounce back from that loss. and Coach gave us a day off practice, and then we came back and worked hard the next day and got ready for this one. It's a big game. We got to bounce back from a tough loss. Took to MacArthur the other day. Yeah, they're a really scrappy team. We didn't really box out at the start of the game, but as it went on, we started clicking a little bit and came out with the win. Well, yeah, we just got to knock down free throws. We shoot them every single morning. Shoot about 50 free throws a morning. It's a big thing when it comes down to the wire. You got to hit free throws. Yeah, well, we're going to be tired, but we got to get another big conference win. Rochester can very well beat us, so we got to come out and play our best basketball.
After the tough win over Eisenhower, the Titans headed to Decatur MacArthur on Saturday to face the Rochester Rockets. It always seems to be a low-scoring game whenever the Rockets come into town, but both teams trying to pull out in this one. Dalton Hanlon, as you see there, warming up, and he really led the Rockets as he does all season. Glenwood is looking for their 4th win of the tournament in this final game. Dan Ziegler will drop the first points of the game for Rochester. They counted it as a 3 for about 2 minutes of the game, but then they reviewed it and changed it to a 2.
Ethan Hunt has been solid from three-point range all season. He drains one for Glenwood's first points 3.5 minutes into the game. And as you see there, Coach getting into the game as well. And then Hunt from the opposite side nails the arc. It nails it again to show that he's good from all sides of the court.
Joel Alexander will hand it off to Parker Allen for 2 with the lay-in. Then, with seconds running out, Colin Stallworth tries for a full court shot at the buzzer. It won't go in as the Titans are up only 8-4 after 1 quarter in this low-scoring game. On to the second, Schwartz hands it off to Matt McClintock. Nothing but net as he brings the Rockets closer, and that really got the Rockets going and pushed them forward in this game. They really let a push in this quarter as Dalton Hanlon finds room for the floater. The Rockets really pushing forward and trying to find some momentum.
And then Allen takes the pass from Alexander and gets the layup and the and one to give Glenwood a 12-10 lead. Glenwood led 16-14 at the half.
Really tight game here, still anyone's game in this one too. Another close game for Glenwood. On to the third quarter. Matt Ballman with a no-look pass to Alexander as Glenwood came into the second half looking very strong. Ballman again will pass to Allen, this time for 2, as the Titans will start to increase their lead and widen the gap between the Rockets, but still no one is a sure winner of this game yet.
And then Ethan Hunt was left wide open as he takes it once more for the long 3. Another 3 in the game for him. A Heron knocks it away, and Ballman takes the layup himself. 25-17 Glenwood lead after 3 quarters. The lead starting to widen for the Titans.
The Titans were able to hold the Rockets to just 1 shot from the floor in the third quarter. Really low-scoring game still, though, as we move on to the fourth. And Allen will cross over and roll it in strong for a couple more points. But Glenwood would still try to fend off a late comeback from the Rockets. They still weren't going away as Schwartz will get the triple to roll in for the Rockets. And the lead is cut to 4 as the Rockets are really pushing back.
And then Ethan Hunt passes to Matt Ballman, who dishes it off right away to A. Heron for the shot, giving Glenwood 2 more points in the game.
Just when Glenwood thinks they have it, they can't let up here though, as the Rockets, Schwartz will show off his defensive moves and take it away to put it in to keep Rochester alive. Still a close game in this one, both teams fighting really hard. A try for 3 bounces out, and Ethan Hunt will get the rebound, and he takes it coast to coast to finish with the basket and seal the win for the Titans. They made some more free throws in Rochester's last drives to win in a closer game than the final score reflects, but nonetheless, the Titans are able to take down Rochester with a final score of 40-29. Parker Allen with 16 points, and he went 6 of 8 in free throw attempts. And the Titans finished with a 4-1 record in the tournament. Now they have a 13-7 record overall and are 9-2 in CS8 play. The boys are back at Decatur to face MacArthur tonight.
Now it's time for our first commercial break of the day. When the rush comes back, we'll bring you hockey and girls basketball. Don't go away.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs.
We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Steve Bedford in Chatham. State Farm is there.
In a new game against the SHG Cyclones in a close game.
We see the Titans come into this game with a solid record of 6-5 and looking for their next one against rivals SHG. We start off the first period with the Titans making a charge led by Jake Vance. He loses his footing but has a nice recovery as he fakes out SHG's Kyle Ballwig, putting Glue on top 2-1 in the first period. We later see Coach Bob Brandon congratulating Jake on his comeback. This help pushes the Titans into the first period. In the second period, we have a great defensive play made by Michael Fox as he grabs the puck and keeps SHG from adding another point on the board. Up next, we have Brandon Hay, unassisted as he scores to keep the Titans ahead 4-1. That's Brandon's third goal of the night right there. He's hot for the past 2 games. Finally, in the last period, we see Vince Lanier assisted by Hunter Hocking, who shoots one in to lock in the lead. This will prove to be a big win for Gloom as they beat SHG with a final score of 7-5. The record to 7-5 overall and placing the Titans third in the conference. We also saw in the game Michael Fox had 26 saves in the game, and Brandon Hay had 4 goals and 1 assist. Jake Vance also came up with 1 goal and 1 assist. Highlight was brought to you by Robert Seafood Market.
Last Friday, the Titans tried to keep up the energy as they took on the Bloomington Sharks.
The Titans came into this game with a record of 7-5, looking to face off against the Bloomington Sharks in a tension-packed game. In the first period, we see Connor Brasash passes the puck all the way down to Jake Vance, who is able to score the Titans' second goal of the night. But the Sharks won't go down easy as William Kingdall, unassisted, scores and puts Bloomington on the board 2-1. At the start of the second period, we see Bloomington with a power play as Philip Reimer scores unassisted, putting them back on top. Up next, we have Brandon Hay on a breakaway. He gets blocked by defenders and passes the puck to Jake Vance, who scores to keep the Titans ahead 5-2. There's some great celebration right there. Throughout the game, we saw lots of tension between the players, resulting in multiple fouls for both sides. At the top of the third, we see Trevor Montre with the assist as Jake Vance once again scores to put Bloomington on top. Vance was a key player in the game, scoring 3 goals and getting 2 assists. Finally, at the end, we see Brandon Hayes scoring an ending game goal that's unassisted to make the score 9-3. Here we see the scoreboard with the final score 9-3 Glenwood coming on top. They had 4 goals and 1 assist, and Vance came up with 3 goals and 2 assists. This highlight was brought to you by Steve Bedford and Chatham. For all the numbers in life, call State Farm.
The Titans had a shutout at Champaign in a 5-0 win over the Chiefs on Monday. Next up is Springfield this coming Monday.
Last Thursday, the Lady Titans basketball team took on the Springfield Senators at home.
Second matchup against the Springfield Senators, this time with the home field advantage. The Titans offense begins with a missed 3 by Lahr, is rebounded by Downey, who gives it this time to Bray, who this time buries the 3 for sure. The defense was a victory in the quarter as freshman Katie Held gets the steal and passes it to Bray for another 3. She would be hot this game. The Senators' first points came from a fast break layup thanks to a long pass down court. More Titan offense though. Lexi Ocano pulls a step-back jumper on her defender and fools it. Defense again doing its part. Held with her second steal earns an easy layup right there. At the opening of the second quarter, SHS finally got a spark going with the offense with a deep 3 by their forward, going down huge in points. The Senators' defense would also come to life as they force a turnover and get it off the inbound and get a layup in the paint. The second half of the game was a completely different highlight as Springfield gets an offensive rebound that's backed out for an open 3 by their big forward star. Bray, trying to work some magic, drives in the paint with a fancy pass, gives Downey an open shot though for the Titans. Bray still working her magic, gets the ball from Sierra Lahr for a big 3. She would just be huge in this game. A few possessions later, still carrying the team, Bray goes under the hoop for a board that is put back in by herself. The final quarter would be all Senators with their forward making a beautiful post fadeaway. The Titans still struggling, are able to get the ball to senior Caitlin Brown for an easy bucket though to keep them close. The final minute would be the Titans' downfall though, as they give up a layup right here off a turnover that would allow them to pull away. The Senators would come out on top 50-40 with Bray scoring 17 points, 4 assists, and Lexi Ocano scoring 12 points. This girls' basketball highlight was brought to you in part by Wheel Fast Bicycle Company.
The girls were back at home on Monday for a CS8 tournament game against Eisenhower.
One of the final home games before the Titans go to the CS8 tournament. They played the Eisenhower Panthers, hoping to break even in conference play. From the tip, Bray wastes no time getting the first points with a layup. The Panthers would answer back, getting their own bucket in the paint. But from there, the quarter would be all Bray. On the next offensive possession for the Titans, Sierra Lahr would dribble around the court, give it over to Downey, and Downey would give it to Bray, who would just go in for an easy layup with no one to guard her. Very bad defense by the Panthers. And here's some defense for the Titans, though, as Bray gets a steal for an easy layup rolling there. Nice shots by Bray in the first quarter. In the second quarter, Coach Crossland tells the team what they gotta do. The defense gets another steal, and guess who gets the ball for an and one? Mackenzie Bray. Panthers not getting anything to go down as they called on another traveling violation that just frustrates the team. Next possession though, Lahr gives the ball to Bray again, who goes to work with another shot. She'd be on fire this whole half. The Panthers get swatted on their next possession by Downey trying to get something to work, but they can't do anything out there. And there's some more offense by the Titans, but a crazy moment in the game right here. Last 2 seconds, Bray gets off a half-court shot, but she is fouled. She gets 3 free throws and makes them all before the half. And here's a happy Titan fan in her first game of the season. She's enjoying the game, and so are the Titans as they get even more defense out of this with their 5th steal, getting another bucket off the fast break. Eisenhower still struggling, can't really get much offense done here as they are called for another traveling violation. Here's Glenwood Senior passing it around for an open 3 before the third quarter ends. Going into the final quarter, the Panthers finally making a shot right here and getting things to go, but the Titans just won't have it as they make another 3 to put them far out of reach from the Panthers. They would end up winning this game 65-28. Bray had a 24-point game in only the first half. That's crazy. And Brown had 8 points and went 4 for 6 from behind the line. This girls basketball highlight was brought to you in part by PK&G Media Photography for classes and sessions.
The Lady Titans have had a full schedule this week with the CS8 tourney, which finishes tomorrow as the girls head to Decatur at 1:30.
Now it's time for the last commercial break of the show today. When we come back, we'll bring you and we'll announce the player of the week. Stay right there.
Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs.
We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Steve Bedford in Chatham. State Farm is there.
Welcome back. Last Thursday, the wrestlers competed in a CS8 meet at Lanphier High School. Let's go ahead and check out the results. First, Glenwood took on SHG as they won in a huge win, 70-0. Thompson got a pin in 26 seconds and Glenwood went 6-0. Then against Lanphier, Glenwood another big win, 52-18 this time. Both teams they faced, they won in big blowouts. And the wrestlers are headed to Lincoln this evening at 6.
Now, last Monday, the boys swimming and diving team was at the local Eisenhower pool for the SHG Milestone Invite. Let's dive into the results. O'Fallon Township won the SHG Milestone Invite with 532 points. Peoria Notre Dame with 515 points in second. SHG with 446 points in third. Bloomington Central Catholic with 339 points in fourth. Lincoln with 297 points in fifth. Edwardsville with 275 points in sixth. Glenwood with 256 points in seventh. And Southeast in eighth with 244 points. The boys' next meet is against Southeast in Springfield on Tuesday.
Now it's time for our Player of the Week. Paul Taginti sat down with senior wrestler Morgan Becker to discuss her season.
For amazing performances like last Wednesday against Lanphier, she had won her round 5-0 and has just dominated this season, I would say, in wrestling as the only girl for Glenwood as a wrestler. Here she is, Morgan Becker. Yeah? Okay. So Morgan, you've been wrestling for a while, I assume. What age specifically?
Freshman year, actually.
Freshman year?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's pretty sweet. And what do you do in the off season with the girls team and like?
We go around and we do a bunch of different tournaments and we just get ready, and then we in July take a big charter bus and we go to Fargo, North Dakota, and we compete in the biggest wrestling tournament in the United States, which is Fargo.
That's amazing. And I understand that you're going to be competing next year at a very high level in college. Could you like elaborate more on that?
Yeah, I signed with Campbellsville University in Kentucky to wrestle 155 for them, and that's really exciting for me.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, some people dream of that stuff. And like, what does it mean to you, like, that you're going to be competing with all those people?
It means the world, you know. It means that all my hard work's paid off. Basically, working with all these guys for the past 4 years.
And how would you describe all that hard work? What have you been doing, like everything?
Just putting in work, I guess. Like, I just do what coach tells me to do.
Yeah, like any motivations like for this or wrestling?
My dad was a big motivator. He used to be really big into wrestling, and he coached for a while, and then had to give it up so that way we can move our family to Chatham for my mom's work. So like, it's been great to like give him that because I don't have any brothers. So he figured like, wrestling's done for me. So to be able to give that back to him, you know, means a lot to me.
So wrestling's been around for a while in your family.
Yeah.
Then? Oh, that's great. Yeah, here she is, our Player of the Week, Morgan Becker, very deserving, and we wish her a great postseason coming up, but rest of the season, we hope she does great too. Yeah, from the Rush, here is our Player of the Week. Yeah! The Rush is brought to you by State Farm. For all the nevers in your life, State Farm is...
Check out YouTube next week to see the next top player. That's it for this episode of The Rush. Boys basketball is at Decatur MacArthur tonight at 7:30, and the Wrestlers have a CS8 meet at Lincoln starting at 6. The Lady Titans basketball team is in action at their CS8 tournament tomorrow at DMAC at 1:30. Thanks for watching, and tune in 2 weeks after the Super Bowl for another episode of The Rush.